What's up, everybody? So today we're gonna be messing around a little bit with a very special game called Heliborne. Now, this game came out, oh God, I want to say 2017, 2016, something like that, when it first showed up on Steam. At the time, it was a little indie game being made by, if I recall, a couple of people who had worked on World of Tanks and then left Wargaming. Really small studio called Jetcat Games, if I remember right. And unfortunately, in the last year, it appears that they sold the studio and the rights to the game to another studio publisher company. I don't remember the name of the new company. It's another small name I've never heard of. But anyways, so the premise behind Heliborne is it's kind of like World of Tanks, World of Warplanes, whatever. Only it's helicopters. This game was really interesting when it first came out because there was nothing else out there like it at the time. War Thunder, at the time, when Heliborne first showed up, had not branched into helicopters yet. So now, it's really interesting that this company bought out Heliborne and is trying to invest money into it and make it more successful. Because now they're going up against War Thunder, and that's a really tall order for a small studio to try to cut into that market. So I have really mixed feelings on this game as a result of that, because when it first came out, it was really interesting. There wasn't anything like it. The gameplay was pretty cool because it had co-op missions where you weren't necessarily fighting against other people, and it had PvP missions, which I don't think War Thunder really does currently. War Thunder, as far as I know, I haven't played helicopters a lot. Like I've literally test flown them in War Thunder, and that was it. But I don't think that like you have actual helicopter objectives in War Thunder. So it's kind of interesting. Like maybe there's room for this game to grow and find a player base. But man, it's really it's a tall order for a random small game to go up against something like War Thunder. But anyways, Heliborne is free for the next 2 days on the 10th and the 11th. And that was kind of one of the other things that I think really doomed this game was that they charged money for it. And at the time, I think it was $29 or something like that. And the price just was not justified by what was there. Although, honestly, I kind of liked what was there when it first came out more than what we have now. One of the big things being a difference is when Heliborne first showed up. You're not going to see a whole lot of the screen, unfortunately, because I'm playing an ultra wide and I can only capture like widescreen. So unfortunately, you're getting clipped here, but there's a whole more tree off to the left of the screen that you can't see. When Heliborne first came out, there weren't tech trees like War Thunder and World of Warships and all those other fucking Russian games that always seem to be slaves to tiers. And as a result, it felt really good because everybody was on an equal footing. When you went into a PvP match, or if you were doing co-op or whatever the case may be, you didn't have to worry about somebody who had way more time into the game. So they had, let's say a Cobra Venom versus, some, let's say you're in a Huey, you're in a fucking stock Huey or something like that, right? Or you're in a stock Hind, going up against a modern, fully modernized, NATO equivalent. And that was kind of what made this game really interesting. Was it was kind of like World of Tanks, where you had those matchmaking arenas, you're fighting other players and objectives, but at the same time, you're all kind of on an equal footing. And I thought that was one of the really, really good things. Because at that point, all the developers had to do was balance the individual aircraft. You didn't have to worry about like, oh, well, how does this aircraft in Tier 4 balance out against this aircraft in Tier 3 that it could also show up against? And unfortunately, over the years, they did move into a tiered progression system. And I think it was kind of at the detriment of the game, but whatever. So let's get a game going at least. 30. Let's put some more time on there just in case we run into herp derps on our team. That said, though, I think the gameplay in Heliborne is really fun. It released. I haven't messed around with PvP since 2016 or 2017, whatever it was. But the co-op stuff is really cool when you get a good team. When you get people who don't know what they're doing, on the other hand, it can be a little bit frustrating. But when you have a good team, it's a lot of fun. The flight model is definitely arcade for the record. It's definitely not something that, like, if you're used to Jane's combat simulations or DCS Black Shark or any of that kind of stuff, you're not going to be looking for that at all in this game. But if you want, like, something that's just kind of arcade and fun to do, then Heliborne's pretty good for that. Kind of in the same vein as, like, I don't know, World of Tanks or World of Warplanes. Hey, Amir, how's it going, man? Good morning. It's morning for me for once. It's never morning here. Usually I'm asleep in the AM. But today we're being adventurous and I'm getting up on what would be considered a normal person's timetable. It's still very much AM for me, though. Being up this early is not normal for me. Normally, I'm always up during the human hours for EU guys and asleep during the human hours for US. I did, man. I did. Yeah, like I said, 2020 is going to be a really bad year for Star Citizen. Or a really empty year. Hey, Anthony, how's it going? I'm happy to keep you company on the porcelain throne. I mean, they add little fluffy things here and there, Amir, which is what they've been doing for the last good while. They're just getting, you know, more aggressive with it. I'm gonna need an anti-vehicle and I don't have shit. Ah. Let me put this in first. Now we can go deal with those. Hey, Valker. Yeah, kind of. It did release years ago as an early access title on Steam. And it never really got a whole lot of traction, unfortunately. Which I think there were multiple reasons for that. Performance was an issue for a lot of people back then. Light vehicle. Beep. Yeah, performance was a big issue back then. And just like marketing and advertising, it just never went anywhere. However, the guys who were originally making it ended up selling the game, I think this year, 2020. So now they are basically doing a remaster of it. They're porting it over to the newer version of Unity. They're redoing the matchmaker. They're redoing basically just about everything. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of this game. I hope that something does come of it because I thought a lot of the ideas behind it were really good. But now it's not the same team that was originally behind it. So I don't know, like, how the new people are going to handle, you know, taking this game forward versus the original founders of the game. Star Citizen Free Fly, I'm going to guess, is not going to be for probably, I don't know, it might be this week. This coming week. I could see it maybe being that, since they haven't dropped a patch this week. You know, with 3.9 being pretty messy right now, I think a lot of us were expecting a patch, and they didn't drop one, which I'm hoping is because they're waiting to, like, iron out the Free Fly event patch, and that's hopefully what's happening, but we won't know until it happens. I'm sure they're going to be selling ships. I mean, it would be very weird for them to have a Free Fly event where they're not also selling ships, because I mean that's what you do, right? You lure people in with a Free Fly event, and then you know, push concepts. Honestly, I don't think so. Is it Kalki? I don't think so, man. Just because, like, it costs them basically nothing to keep making concepts. You know, you pay an artist to hand jam out a new concept ship, and then that usually nets them absurd amounts of money, right? So, I mean, it's a really easy thing for them to push out a concept and then just rake in cash. So if shit did get to a point where they were having trouble with it, they could just downsize staff and keep pushing out concepts, right? No, that's armor. I don't really play squad, no. I don't really care as much about playing infantry games, I guess. Oh, friendly fire. Whatever. Don't sit next to a fucking enemy tank then. Infantry games just don't really do it for me anymore. Like, I used to play them a ton when I was a young person. And then after the military, I just don't give a shit, right? It's like, oh, yay. Walking around in a field. I've done this a lot. So, it's not really something that's appealing to me. Plus, it's always really weird when you get on to, like, squad and shit. And I'm not saying that there aren't military or veterans who play that game, but you have a lot of tryhards that are, like, super all about the comms. And it's like, dude, ugh. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. I don't fucking care.
Threat system active.
There we go. I don't know. Like, it would be weird to me, like let's say I'm playing DCS or something like that, and I'm sitting there playing with other people, trying to like mimic how fighter pilots do radio. Like that would, to me, I feel like I would be super cringy as shit to any real fighter jock, right? And that's kind of how it feels for me when I'm playing squad. Like I've tried it a couple times, and people are just so hard, so hard. Like to me, it's like you're RPing or something. It's weird. I don't like it. Do that one really quick. I mean, I get that people want to justify it with, you know, they need to make money. So I mean, I'm not saying that ship sales aren't fair or don't make sense or some crap like that, right? But I feel like the way they go about it feels really
Operations. Landing
crappy.
assured. Wheels up. Time. Now.
Especially when you have the tendency that CIG does to make new concepts that are just, they basically eclipse old ones in terms of like function and, you know, features or whatever, or firepower. At that point, you're basically saying you need to get rid of the old shiny and get the new shiny. And back in the day, that wasn't really a problem. But nowadays, when they have like this hardcore policy against, where's the heavies?
Snap fire. Threat system active.
You people are gonna die. God damn it. Man, this is really sucking.
Going down.
With nobody else in the lobby. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure I switched it back over. Not solo. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure. This game solo sucks. Super bad. No co-op. Yeah, co-op for 4. So there's just nobody playing it today. That sucks. Yesterday this was so much better because there were just people everywhere. It was really easy to have a full lobby the whole time. And now it's not doing so great. Let's see. Game full. Totally. Let's do some hardcore PvP. Mother's Day. No, we don't care about that. Come on. You can blast mom a text really quick and be like, hey, happy Mother's Day, and then get right back to it. Okay, let's see how this goes.
Злітаю. Это кукушка. Под обстрелом. Работает ДШК. Это кукушка.
God damn. Oh god. Nope. Nope, I don't want none. I don't want none. UH1. See, this is why I don't like the whole, like, tiered thing. Because you have to fight shit like this, and there's just nothing you can do.
Сейчас винты встанут. Экипаж прыжок. Прыжок. Под обстрелом. Работает ДШК.
Like, that dude could just dump rockets. And there's nothing I can do except smack him with the nose gun, which does fucking nothing.
Меня сбили. Отказ всех систем. Сейчас винты встанут. Экипаж прыжок.
It's
Прыжок.
nice to see that combat hasn't changed with fucking people basically just derping FFARs into each other.
Это кукушка. Злітаю. Под обстрелом. Работает ДШК.
Yep. Don't stop moving, little buddy.
Под обстрелом. Работает
But-
ДШК.
Ah, the civilized age.
Меня сбили. Это кукушка. Под обстрелом. Работает ДШК. Взлетаю. Я кукушка. Взлетаю.
Womp womp. Yeah, I have literally no progression into a Soviet line, so we won't be doing that again. Alright, let's see if I can get a co-op battle going. 4 people. 3 objectives. Boop, boop. Hey, we Blackie, how's it going, man? That's what I mean. Like when they went over to the tiered progression system, where like they instead of being like, okay, these are the helicopters you can fly on insert map, and then instead went into, okay, you just research your way through tiers. Here's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
They took the one thing that made them kind of stand out from what do you call it? From World of Tanks and now War Thunder directly, now that War Thunder has helicopters. And just kind of like jumped in with the other guys. And it's like, okay, cool, now it's just another tiered combat grind game. Russia sure knows how to pick a genre, I'll tell them that much. It's just weird to me how obsessed like Russian studios are with the system. I mean, it's like it's literally every Russian studio that makes a combat game. It's that fucking tiered fucking research your way to fucking be the top dog. Which is just strange to me. Here should work. And where's the armor? And we don't want none of that right now.
Side fire.
God damn it. Okay, so it's light in the back and heavy in the front. I mean, it's definitely easy to make a profit because they almost always put in shit like, oh, premium time makes you grind better. You want that, right? You gotta have the premium time so you can grind more so you don't get raffle stomped by the guys who did pay for premium time. Hee hee hee. I mean, it's no less pay to win than, you know, games like PlanetSide that put out a new weapon that just is just indisputably better, and then they nerf the old shit too. So then they're like, well, you know, if you want a good gun, you have to get this one. It's frustrating because, like, I really like games like War Thunder and World of Warships, but they all just have so many fucking issues. And a lot of them are based in, like, the company and the company's decisions or behavior and shit like that.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
So it's really frustrating. I need to get the ammo crate. God damn it. It's so nice when you have a full lobby in here because, like, instead of having to worry about doing anti-tank and also worrying about carrying troops out and also worrying about extracting the recon groups, then it's like, oh, hey, I can focus on doing this thing or I can focus on doing this other thing. You don't have to worry about it because you have people helping. But yeah, doing this co-op solo just really blows pretty hard. And now there's soldiers around 7, which is going to make this a lot of fun.
Side fire.
Whoa, whoa, what was that? Feel free to give me control back. I don't know how we didn't lose that. The crew chiefs on the Chinook are the real heroes in this game, let me tell you. Yeah, there is a mini-map off to the side that unfortunately I can't do anything about because I play in 32.9 and that does not translate well to YouTube or Twitch.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Oh, hello. That was quick.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
This is made all the more difficult by the fact that the helicopters I have right now are for like more of a support role than actually handling armor and breaking up points. Because I was like, oh, Heliborne's having a free weekend. There might actually be people playing it now.
Attention on the net. Order set in vicinity of LZ. Send fire mission on this push.
So I get on, and, you know, sure enough, there are a bunch of people playing. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Oh, thank God, somebody else.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
There's literally tanks there, and they can't fucking kill this fuck. Like, come on. What the fuck?
Wheels up. Time now.
But yeah, there were like actually people playing the game, so I was like, oh cool, man, I can like focus on heavy lifting, or I can play the fucking Kiowa finally. I never get to fucking play the Kiowa. Because there were actually people playing like gunships and actually, you know, people playing like the Huey and shit like that. So I didn't have to worry about keeping outposts topped off and shit like that. It was really nice.
Complete.
And now I'm gonna get in trouble for
Sabres, flash 1.
nice. I was like, oh great, now I'm gonna accidentally kill everybody on my team with mortar fire. Yep. Nope. Let's get down a little bit.
Packs unlocked. Complete.
Yeah. No.
Saber taking heavy contact. Packs unlocked. Complete.
At least get the tank. Come on. Nope. 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 Shit. Alright. That man pad is way the fuck out there. Holy crap. Alright. I need to find that man pad. Oh shit, I didn't fully repair. Okay. Yes, more people.
Airsoft complete in vicinity of LZ.
Oh no. Nope. Just flew right into another one.
Thunder, wheels up.
Ah! Poor Kiowa. Hey. You're short. Thank you. God, can you guys just hit it? Just hit it once. Alright, fuck me. Sometimes you just gotta do it yourself. Everybody got Haley and a stallion.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
Okay, kill enemy infantry. We can do that. We're qualified for that job.
Thunder, attention on the net.
Hey Mosquito, how's it going, man?
Vicinity of LZ. Send fire mission on this push.
I don't dislike war games. I mean, I play World of Warships pretty frequently and talk about playing it pretty frequently in Discord, like all the time.
Packs and loot complete.
I just like infantry games, like Arma and Squad. Not even because they're bad games, it's just I don't like playing them. I don't have... Manpad? Yes, okay. I always forget that Kiowa doesn't have fucking countermeasures. Or at least this one doesn't. Alright, now we're gonna go back and switch over to the Chinook again so that we can actually help with objectives. Since I think mortars are pretty much... Oh, somebody else is dropping them. Never mind. Let's go make a difference. That's the one problem with playing Kiowa is it's so hard to like do anything if nobody else is inserting mortars.
Threat system active.
Because like your biggest ability is being able to call fire support, but if nobody's putting in fire support, you can't do shit. I mean, you have a gun and you have some rockets, or you can put on what do you call it, Hellfire, stuff like that, but you're just so fragile you can't really make use of it.
Thunder, reporting enemy Sapphire.
Oh shit. What's going on over here? That looks like armor. And it is. Oh, we only got 7. And we can't do shit against him, so we just have to hope that mortars actually lead him.
Packs and load complete.
Alright, we're gonna go rearm. We can just get rockets and kill him. Since it seems my mortars want nothing but to bracket him and do not much else. Oh, come on. Rockets, 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 rockets before it captures. Don't you fucking die on me, guys.
Time now.
No. Oh, god damn it. Hey, good morning, Patrick. I think Last of Us is interesting because regardless of who leaked it, you know, like originally it seemed like the company was responding in a way that it was an employee or whatever, right? Because he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm really disappointed that somebody from," I swear he said somebody from the studio, would do this to, you know, our fans who are long awaiting blah blah blah, yada yada yada. But regardless of who leaked it, I think it's funny because of how much it's turned people against the story. Like people really really fucking hate the narration there.
Thunder. Packs unload completed, LZ. Saber to operations. Landing assured. Wheels up. Time now.
Okay, we need to get 8 and 5.
Thunder. Packs unload completed, LZ.
Let's get 8.
Threat system active.
Damn, manpad fucking camping the damn LZ. Shady. Shady.
Complete.
Hang in there, Huey.
Threat system active. Thunder. Reporting enemy Sapphire.
Oh my god.
Sapphire.
Yeah, that place is a fucking mess.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Jesus Christ. It's funny because they normally aren't very good at engaging helicopters. Yeah, they're NPCs. The only player versus player in this game is a similar game mode where like you're capturing lanes, but they can only fly other helicopters. Kill that fucking man pad. Thank you.
Packs and loot complete. Thunder. Winchester.
Is what? Hey, WMD. Is what a Warhammer reference?
Aerosol complete in vicinity of LZ. Wheels up. Time. Now.
Get to the chopper. Yeah. Since I'd probably be less likely to get in trouble for stealing a reference off of Warhammer than I would from a Fox movie. Let's see, we could put mortars on this hill. I really need to just gut this one out of its troop capacity and just load it with mortars.
Hey, barkeep, whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini around here?
Oh, you motherfucker. Move speed sign.
Attention on the net. Order sent in vicinity of LZ. Send fire mission on this push. Thunder. Reporting enemy Sapphire.
I mean, sure. Add it to the mountain of things that are supposed to be into Star Citizen at release. It's more like what do you call it? It's more like tower defense type deal if you're playing it in PvP, right? This is co-op, so there's no AI helicopters, unfortunately. But if you're playing it in PvP, you're fighting other people, and the idea is to control the lanes, which unfortunately... Okay, that works on. Let me land so I can show you the UI because you can't see my actual like UI that's off to the sides of the screen because of the resolution I'm playing on. Let me just put this down real quick. All right. So between all of these capture points, unfortunately you can't see that, but normally this map is over on my right side of the screen. I can see it all the time. You can't. But it'll be, if you're playing PvP, both sides have like a main base. I don't remember. I think it's over here is the Op4 one. Anyways. So the idea is you capture these points, and as you capture them, they're reinforced rather, from your main base, and then they'll branch through the lane. So it's kind of like a tower defense game where you want to cap these points because it'll start sending tanks to attack the enemy's captured posts. So there's a lot going on in it in a PvP match. Unfortunately, the problem is this game now versus when it first came out just doesn't have the kind of player base that it used to have. So when it first came out, you know, and you had full lobbies of, I think it was 5 versus 5 or something like that. It was really hectic and a lot of fun. But nowadays, most of the lobbies are like one-sided. So you'll have like 4 US guys and then 1 or 2 people playing as Soviets. And you just get dumpstered. Or you just zerg the enemy if you're playing US, you know, whichever. Unfortunately, the spirit of good gameplay is not very common anymore. So you don't usually find people who are like, oh, I'll switch for the betterment of the match. Landing zone 3. I mean, the game definitely shines in PvP, but the problem I have with it now is when this game came out in 2017, 2016, I don't remember when it specifically came out. It was one of those 2 years. There were no tiers like War Thunder or World of Tanks or whatever. Each map had a set group of helicopters that could be in that match, right? It'd be like a Hind for heavy assault and insertions and general like anti-ground. You'd have a scout. We're not gonna make that. Oh, we're really not gonna make that. Oh. Or you'd have attack helicopters like the Cobra versus the, what do you call it? Oh man, I'm so bad with Soviet helicopters now. Whoop, hello. Let's go ahead and cap this while they're dealing with that.
Wheels up. Time. Now. Packs unload complete.
Not the Hind, the other one, the Havoc. The Havoc. I can't think of the nomenclature though. 28? MI 28? Is that right? Or 27? God, I can never remember. The Havoc. It's the Havoc. I just can't remember the number identifier for it. And landing zone 2 from attack. That's done. Evacuate 8 casualties from LZ4. Do that. I can do that! So yeah, like, you would have, like parity shit going against each other. Oh shit, and it spawned a fucking ambush over here too, so I'm gonna get man pads. Yep. Damn it, I'm gonna get shot the whole fucking way in too. Yeah, clear him up, Cobra. Do your job. So it kept it kept the PvP really balanced and interesting, and I kind of jumped on a PvP game here at the start. Oh no! Don't get shot up. Come on. Come on, Chinook. You're supposed to be quick. I jumped into a PvP match at the start here to kind of like try to find some other people to play with at first. And the problem is, for me, right, like everybody was playing US in the lobby. It was like 3 versus 1 when I joined the game. And I don't have like any research into the Soviet line, which is the team I had to play on because it was 3 versus 1. Which meant I just got dumpstered by just factually better helicopters because like there was nothing I could do. I shot at them a lot with my little machine gun that did fuck all. But yeah, back in the release year, it was just so much more balanced because there was no tier progression shit yet. And then they decided, hey, let's split all of these things up into tiers and then kind of give some map overlap for each tier. And yeah, this is better. It works for World of Tanks, right? Okay, what else we got? Their extraction. Oh, he's getting them. Find and destroy infantry. We can do that. We're an attack ship, right? We feel like an attack ship, and that's what matters. God. Crazy cats. I don't know. I do like this game. Fuck. They're in the field. I do like this game because it has more of a like focus on helicopter shit with troop insertions and everything else. Oh, right there. Yep, there's the man pad. Hey, door gunner. Thank you. Versus War Thunder, not really. Like, the objectives aren't focused around helicopter play, necessarily. And I also don't like that with War Thunder, you have to fucking play the other shit in order to unlock helicopters. Like, they should just, I mean, they're their own tech tree. You should be able to research into them, like, from get-go. They should have put in starter helicopters and then let you just, if you only want to play fucking helicopters, then only play helicopters. I really don't like how they did that in War Thunder, where they're like, well, you need tier 5 tanks and you need tier 5 airplanes, and okay, now you can start on helicopters. I hated that. That turned me off. I was so, when they first announced helicopters for War Thunder, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna start playing War Thunder. And then they just fucked that up. Like, my issue with the War Thunder is, it can be pretty fucking grindy, especially if you're not going to pay for premium time. So, in order to play the gameplay that I want to play, they're like, oh, okay, you need to fucking go ahead and grind through shit you don't want to fucking play. Have fun. And they're at 2. I mean, it shouldn't be a requirement regardless. I know when I first started out, it was definitely, you had to have both. Because I had tier 5. I had tier 5 tanks, but I didn't have tier 5 airplanes. Because as soon as I started getting near jets, I was like, no, this is fucking AIDS and not enjoyable at all. So I didn't have the plane requirement, but I was pretty much just shy of the last tank in the German tech tree. Yeah, Gaijin and Wargaming are both just shit companies. They don't give a fuck about their player base. They care about like how they can sell the next premium vehicle and how they can fucking just pimp people for money, and that's it. They're both shit companies, which sucks. Like I wish that like an EU company or a US company would basically make the same kind of game, but not have all the fucking bullshit balance problems that both games magically have for Russia. And then also not just be so fucking soulless with the monetization. Hey Hazmat, this is online. Okay. Landing zone 5. They're on that one, so let's do the extraction. And that's kind of like, that was the whole reason I bought into Heliborne. I mean, for one, it was helicopters, which at the time War Thunder wasn't doing when this came out. And also because, like, I was hoping that a fresh company wouldn't go down the path that Wargaming and Gaijin did. And unfortunately, they literally copied it. They, like, legit. Fucking tiered research progression bullshit. Fucking mismatching and the matchmaking shit. Just so frustrating. Get the manpad, motherfuckers. Where the fuck did that come from? Oh god, yep. Yep.
Taking heavy contact.
I mean, I've seen like arguments basically saying that WMD that like these companies have to put in Russian bias or else Putin's people show up at the studio. I don't know if that's true or not. It seems extreme, but at the same time, like, you know, you have Russian doctors who are all magically throwing themselves out of the window after talking bad about Russian response to COVID, so maybe it's not that far-fetched. I don't know. I thought that was kind of extreme, but now I'm like, fuck. Maybe? Maybe I should not weigh in my uninformed opinion of just how absurd the Russian government can be. So I mean that might legitimately be a thing, right? Where they kind of have to be biased. I don't know. I just it bothers me because the excuse is always like, oh well, we put in vehicles based off of blueprints and, you know, very in-depth research and blah 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 for all of these things, and then you get them like nerfing US tanks and nerfing German tanks and all this other shit, while also putting in just absurd, you know, project vehicles that never actually made it into production or saw combat or anything like that from Russia, based off of like, you know, oh, of course this would have performed just brilliantly, Comrade Stalin. This one tank would have wiped out the entire German army. Yes, yes, of course, no doubt. And it's like, you had a whole regime that was basically based off of like covering your own ass and lying, but you're gonna tell me that that's a reliable source for this kind of shit? I don't know. Seems kind of unlikely to me, but I don't know. Maybe that's my American bias. And the thing too is like, I don't know. It's weird for me because like I really enjoy playing Germany in a lot of those games. Oh, I already have mortar teams out. Rip. So I'm not even being biased for like my own nation. So that's why it's frustrating to see people be like, oh, Gaijin Wargaming, no Russian bias, no Russian bias. And it's like, look, man, I'm not even pulling for my side to be the best. I'm literally trying to be as objective as possible. They're very much fucking biased. Like, come on, man. They just work too much. They work too much. Had after day vodka stumbled out window. Very tragic. Very tragic. Oh, but in their letter, they renounced all of the bad things they said about our response to coronavirus. Yes. Yes. Mind has changed. Fuck it, we have 3 other people. I'm playing the Kiowa. We have some orders. Can you carry people on that thing? You probably can. Man, that's the shitty thing about having the Kiowa in here with the, what do you call it? The OH-6 tech line. The fucking Cayuse is just such a better fucking aircraft than the Kiowa, but I really, really love the Kiowa for like sentimental reasons. Not at all like logical reasons. Yeah, he can. Motherfucker, he can extract them. So, like, even though this tracks out to the OH-58D, it's just totally obsolete because they have so many of the OH-6 variants, and they're just fucking superior, both in terms of, like, performance and loadout capability. It's just such a better fucking aircraft. I gave up on leveling the Demon Hunter last night, Mooseby, because I was drunk when I decided to start leveling the Demon Hunter. And then I was like, no, never mind. Leveling sucks. As soon as I started it, man. I literally, like, almost got through with the tutorial for, like, you know, the tutorial zone or whatever for Demon Hunter. And I was like, no, this was a bad idea. This was dumb. This was dumb. I'll just go play the DK.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
Uh-oh. Recon here again? Yep. Man, they sure are getting ambushed in that spot a lot. Oh shit, I don't have... Fuck for that. No. Time to flee. Time to flee. Hey, Beraz, how's it going? Yeah, let me know, Move. I'm gonna start probably doing dungeons again.
Threat system active.
Since I've pretty much capped out what I can get from, like, blue World Quest shit. I need to start doing dungeons again. It's so frustrating that they only update some content in that game, right? Like, can't, like, Warfronts are still rewarding, like, low 300s gear and just dumb shit like that. It's really frustrating. Oh, hello. Sorry. Alright, we have 2 tech. I need to go switch out to a lift. Oh, we literally only have 1 more objective. Never mind. Nice. We did it!
Saber to operations. Landing assured.
It won't make a difference for, what do you call it, dungeons. Your server really only matters if we were doing, like, the highest difficulty raids. Oh shit, I'm almost out of juice again. Fuck. Ooh. Dark times ahead. But yeah, the servers thankfully don't matter a whole lot anymore. Unless you want to be like in the same guild as somebody. Or for doing like, what do you call it? Heroic, mythic, raid, whatever. That's the last of it. Rip. I'm pretty sure all the vape shops are still closed here too. So that sucks. Progression. All right, what do we want to go for here? Yeah, like super endgame progression shit. Exactly. Oh, and like trading. Like obviously I couldn't give you gold type shit. Oh no, I do have that one. Okay. But I don't have that one. That. Definitely need that. Have my K-dub. Even though it's garbage compared to the MH6. God, he even gets door gunners? Oh, but he doesn't have any fucking weapons on that one. But that one sure as fuck does. But no troop capacity, which the Kiowa doesn't either. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I do need to go down that track anyways because I want to get the longbow. It's kind of sad that they have so many variants of the Huey in the early game, and then they never go down to... Oh, they do. I was about to say they don't have the Venom, but they do have the Venom. Nice. Look at that, Marines getting some love. Alright, let me make a tier 3 squadron really quick. US tier trace. My woefully unresearched fucking Cobra. Okay, you still got the little baby gun on the front. And just tons and tons of rockets. Hey, that says grenade launcher on the front, but it looks like he's got like half and half. I don't know. Weird. Whatever. All right, so that's good. Defense, yes. Oh man, I would like to put in mortar teams, but yeah. Then I need to get that research still. Okay. So tier 3, we can do Afghanistan. Fun. Oh no, rip. I wanted to edit that. No! That was not what I wanted to do. Yeah, full exit. That's what I was going for. Totally intentional. Alright, round 2. Yeah, only the best background. Gotta show love for my ship waifus, alright? Let's see if we can start with at least one other person so it's not so fucking messy. I think part of the problem too with going up into higher tiers is the limited amount of people who play this game makes it so that it's probably going to be a lot harder to get higher level people showing up. Like Vietnam, it seems like you can usually get a match going pretty easily. But Gen 3 not so much, since they, what do you call it, put in different tiers. Like back in the day, if you were like, oh yeah, I wanted to go do insert game, did you just disband the lobby entirely? What? Yeah, yeah. It's basically like World of Tanks, but with helicopters. All right, fuck it. Let's just start it. Kind of. It's like World of Tanks, but with instead of just capture the flag, it's more like tower defense, where you capture points in order to reinforce and like attack neighboring points. It's kind of weird to explain, but I feel like saying World of Tanks, but with helicopters is also fair, anyways. So yeah, it's like that. All right, Brackhawk. Onward. I haven't played this map in so fucking long. If I remember right, man pads were fucking terrible on this map. Like that. Down, boy. Down.
Packs unload complete.
That and I have absolutely no faith in the door gunners being able to defend this thing against Sam. But we don't have a choice, so let's see how this goes. As we painfully, slowly try to get anywhere. It looked like he was on this top, right? Oh, he was over here. Oh, that hit. Did see a manpad destroyed, so there's that to be thankful of. Come on, guys. Come with me. You definitely won't get shot down and get killed. Certainly. God, this thing goes down slow as fuck. Holy shit.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
Like, we'll get blowies for quicker rate of descent, please. Nope, this was a mistake. Yep, big mistake. Not smart. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Sorry, tower guard. Oh, fuck. Nope. Oof. Big oof.
Maximum load complete.
Yeah, God, man, that's weird. This thing handles worse than, like, all of them that I've had at lower tiers. That's strange. I don't remember the Blackhawk being this bad.
Set fire.
Please keep shooting. Please keep shooting. Two man pads. We might be good. Hopefully we're good, because we ain't got much left in the tank here. Ah! Alright. Well. Let's go break up that outpost. Alright, let's grenade. It's pylon mounted. Alright. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. And those were all short. I think that came from the rear. It's the only problem with these fucking flares is it makes so much smoke. It's like super hard to catch the trail from the Sam. Now I have to let him shoot at me again. I'm not even seeing it. Weird. And fuck you too. Ugh, struggling over the mountain.
Wheels
Right.
up. Time. Now.
Let's go get 3 before something bad happens. Oh shit, actually I need to get 1 or we're gonna fail that. It's funny because even with the extended objective durations, I'm like really struggling to get to these in time. Just because of how slow it is getting through the mountains. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Mistakes were made.
Threat system active.
Get down! Smoke! Deploy smoke! Ugh.
Packs unload complete.
Does it count? Does it count? I mean, we took it. Nice. Alright, they can lose it. I don't even care. Nope. Hang in there, buddy. Just gotta run away and capture 3 really quick. We don't care about what happens to them at Outpost 1. Nice. Fuck that man.
Wheels up. Time now.
Ah! No. Fuck!
Fire. Going down.
Fuck! God damn it. Motherfucker. Ah! Son of a bitch. Let's see him. He's in a Cobra also. Alright. God damn it.
Zeus. Bring enemy Sapphire.
Where the fuck are these guys?
Zeus, going down.
Oh, that guy did not last long.
Thunder, wheels up, time now.
Looks like he's going for 5. He can go clear 7, help him claim 5, and then return to base and switch out for the Blackhawk. I don't think I ever played that one, WMD. It's always the fuckers in the village.
Thunder, bring enemy Sapphire.
Oof, what kind of hit? This is gonna hurt. Yep, that's not good. I think I got the AA point though. Alright.
Wheels up, time, now.
Yeah, we got the AA. That's what really matters.
Thunder, packs, unload completed LC.
Okay, let's go. Drop some dudes off at 3, then we'll go get those recon dudes. God, I hate how slow this thing descends. That's insane. It is way too fucking slow.
Packs unload complete. Thunder, packs unload completed LC.
That is fucking crazy. Oh god, here we go. Work with me. No. Come on. Let's go, guys. We got 3 minutes to get you to the mess hall. DFAC's closing. Salisbury steak night. You're not going to get another chance for at least a month.
Going down.
Rip.
Zeus, wheels up, time now.
Ooh, no. Let's fully repair. That's probably wise.
Wheels up, time, now.
Oof. Yeah, bro, if you want to cut west and or east, that'd be great. I can deal with soldiers. I can't deal with tanks.
Bearcat, wheels up, time now.
Ah, nice. Oh, he's got the fucking good Black Hawk too.
Zeus, reporting enemy Sapphire.
No, fucking shoot him, please. Thank you. God damn.
Paxing load complete.
Here, right? 9:30? Yeah. Alright. Okay then. No problem. I'm one
Bearcat to operations. Landing assured.
super well armed and defensible Black Hawk. So I got this. Actually, I'm gonna let him fucking take his in. Get him, Cobra! I need to put a FARP out. Actually, is what I need to do, so we don't have to go all the way back for repairs.
Bearcat, threat system active. Bearcat, reporting enemy Sapphire.
God, dude, this thing's descent is fucking terrible.
Zeus, threat system active. Zeus, going down.
Rip.
Thunder, wheels up, time now.
Take repair out first, since it's the biggest problem. Just worried I'm gonna clip it on on a mountain peak. Need ammo.
Bearcat to operations. Landing assured.
Man, I was in a game yesterday with somebody who was clearly new to the game. And like, it seemed like he thought that the objective for lift helicopters was to keep running ammo out to like the outpost or something.
Bearcat, wheels up, time
which is fine, right? Because he's new, and you know, new people don't know any better or how like the game works. But we kept trying to like explain to him, like, no, dude, you just set it and forget it. And he would get like so angry at us if we tried to like tell him how the game worked. But then like the whole time he's sitting there like moving our ammo crates and our repair crates at the forward areas so that like we didn't have repair or rearm. And it's like, dude, man, you're literally fucking us. It was like the only game I've ever played where the AI almost won. Like it was like 9 out of 10 for AI objectives. And it was like super early. Like we had 12 out of 30. And I was like, dude, we're going to lose to the fucking AI because this motherfucker keeps fucking us over. And he'd like pick up the recon dudes. Then they're all timed objectives, right? So like, let's say you pick up the recon guys who are ambushed. You have, you know, however much time to get them back to the main base. He would pick them up and then he would just go off flying around with them. And then eventually get shot down. And it would fail the objective and credit towards the AI winning the match. It's like, dude, you're fucking killing us right now. Please stop. He's got one, right? Yeah, it's an MH60. He's good. Nice. One more person. What's he going up in? Also an MH60. Slowest descent ever. Where at? I don't see shit. Oh, there's one. Going down. Oh, he backed into the fucking mountain.
Wheels up. Time. Now. Bearcat to operations. Land ambush. Wheels up. Time. Now.
This map does not like helicopters. Holy shit. Let's go help down there then. Oh no. I think he picked up the recon dudes and he's just flying around. Oh, he has ammo. I don't think he understood. It is not. It is not, thankfully. The guy I had trouble with. Here, where at? There he is. Fucker. Oh, you got a whole group of little buddies there, do ya?
Thunder, to operations. Land English.
It was like LBW or something like that. Not to name drop or shame on stream, but I do remember him. Is my point. So it's definitely not him. His antics were distinct enough that I remember the name a day later after playing this pretty much most of yesterday. So that should say something. Fuck me. God damn it. Where's my pad? I really can't take a whole lot more of that. Dude, did he take...
Packs unload complete.
Did he fucking crash into it and fucking destroy him? Oh my god, why? Fucking... Cool. That's cool. That's cool. No biggie.
Thunder, packs unload completed LZ.
Yep. Sure enough. Sure enough. Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's frustrating because, like, cargo helicopters, like, what do you call it? Like the 60, the Chinook, the Sea Stallion, stuff like that, right? They're, like, super important for winning the game because you have to play the objectives, otherwise you lose. And a lot of the objectives are extracting soldiers. But, like, every new guy seems to want to fucking cargo lift shit, which you only need to do once unless it gets attacked and blown up. So, like, they just keep fucking with shit. And as a result, like, you know, other people play attack helicopters and stuff like that because they see somebody is playing, you know, a Huey or a Black Hawk or whatever, and they're like, okay, this guy's got this. And then they're just fucking off. So then you're failing objectives because you're like, oh, well, this person's gonna take care of that, right? No. Alright, repair kit's in. I gotta go back for ammo. Thanks to Mr. Shithook.
Threat system active.
It's like, my dude, come on, man.
Snap fire.
Fuck me. I swear to God, dude. If he's going back for that fucking ammo crate, I'm gonna punch him.
To operations. Landing assured.
Yeah, you go land on your pad and do dumb shit.
Wheels up. Time. Now. Thunder,
Okay, let's start our descent. Since it takes 10 years in the fucking Blackhawk. Makes no sense, but alright. Alright. Those are good again. Here he goes. Watch him drop the fucking crate on top of the other crates. And fucking destroy him again. There he goes, dude. He smashed the one he dropped, and then he almost crashed into the other two again. What a fucking goober-ass fucking goober. God damn. Just stop, buddy. Just fucking stop, please. No more. Our war effort can't afford your goodwill anymore. Alright, down in the valley. You literally have rockets and a grenade launcher and all this shit. Go do something productive. Right. That Huey had the fucking recon dudes. Oh boy, there's about to be a whole bunch of shit spawned here. God, it descends so slow I can barely get it down on the fucking mountains because they lose elevation quicker than I can descend. At least the Chinook gave up before he destroyed the fucking repair and refuel this time. He's like, I'm helping! I'm a Chinook! I haul cargo, right? God damn, this thing drops altitude slow. That's crazy. That is fucking bonkers.
Wheels up. Time. Now. To operations. Landing assured. Wheels up. Time. Now.
Alright, LZ1 is where it's at. Damn. Let's see how quick we can get shot down. Since there's two objectives on top of each other and this thing is just a fucking boat to handle. Nice. Let them deal with the recon dudes.
Packs and loot complete. Packs and loot complete.
Oh, they cleared it out. I was hoping for some fun. Soldiers at 5. Alright, crew chiefs. Reload them 240s. I think, yeah, okay, there's a room.
Thunder, 2 operations. Land English.
Nice. Alright, time to fucking get the fuck rid of that fucking Black Hawk. Holy shit, I'm glad I didn't put fucking research points into it. Let's see. Yeah, and they're both tier 3 too. Holy shit. What a disappointment. 2 door gunners and a gun pod and rockets. Yeah, I'll take that. 3 edit. Delete. Add. Points too. Nice. Pop that out for now. Alright, we're gonna put this bad boy in here, but only as a soldier insertion. $20. That's not gonna be enough to research better gunners, unfortunately. Oh. Save. Oh, I really wish they would put a filter. Oh, they do have a filter. I'm retarded. Okay, co-op only. 2 Gen 2, Gen 2. Oh, it's a Soviet game? Fuck. Rip. Do that. Damn it, it's full. Fuck. Alright. I don't want 1 or 2. There we go. And it's full. Fuck. God damn it. Alright, we're making our own then. Fine. I don't give a fuck. This one looks flatter. Let's do this one. I'm over the fucking mountains, man. The game is summer, or the game is Heliborne summer. Blah, 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 blah. I think that's good. Gather players for a sec. Use this match's research points to finish off the Kiowa and the 60 Dapper. It's weird that like when you gather players, I've tried to gather players a couple times, and I feel like it never fills the lobby. But then as soon as you start the match, that's when people join. It's weird. The only problem is like I would like to do more objectives at once because it would make it harder and more fun. But like if you're doing them solo for the first, like, let's say 4 minutes, 5 minutes, it can steamroll to the point where like the AI will just inevitably win because you're so far behind.
Bearcat to operations. Alpha, time now.
All right, we've got 2 mortar teams to put in on that mountain. I'm guessing probably the best. Oh, hey man, how's it going, dude? Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I would like to be playing some Star Citizen. It's just, you know, the state of Star Citizen right now does not encourage me to play Star Citizen, if that makes sense, unfortunately. I would like to, you know. Like, I enjoy just flying in the game at this point. Like, I don't really care about the combat being fucked anymore because I don't care about combat. Mining would be fun, but again, you know, 30Ks and everything. I don't want to waste, 30, 40 minutes of mining, especially if, like I like doing it in the mole, which means multiple people wasting that much time to have like just to lose everything because 30K. So, I mean, I'm fine just saying, Star Citizen's not at a point that supports me playing it right now.
Send fire mission on this push.
Final 4. Let's see, in 770. Wait, what? That's saying they're right there. Oh, maybe in the village? Oh, right, I have a gun again. Oh, these are fucking armor. No. Light trucks? Light trucks. Yeah. Not a helpless fucking Blackhawk anymore. So what's 3? Just a heavy cannon. Right. That's fine, that's fine. Alright, what do we got? Exfiltrate patrol. Let's go do that. And then we'll switch out to the other Blackhawk that has troops so we can start capping some of these. Ooh, hello.
Bearcat taking fire.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be another year of basically what 2019 was, which is pretty stale. Like, maybe we get Crusader redone and some other crap, but in terms of like actual content and stability and, the fixes and improvements that Star Citizen needs, I don't think we're going to get a whole lot done this year. So I really, really hope that we do see, shit. Oh, that was close. Jesus, they have enough people there? God damn, there's more over here too.
Bearcat, negative packs at this time. Bearcat, taking fire.
Fuck me. One of them has a big boy gun. Fuck. Damn it. I was literally about to say, ah, fuck them, as long as there's not a man pad in there. Shit, that still wasn't him. Where is he? Whatever. Alright, we need to get the fuck out of here. Thing's pretty beat the fuck up right now. God damn, there's a lot of you guys. Oh my god, they're gonna make me take off and move up to get these ones? Oof. Big oof. Hang in there, boys. I'm gonna try and get you without blowing up. Hello? I have room. The fuck? I can't pick up more than one group of them? Oh, that's shitty. I mean, I guess that's good for... Oh, fuck. Multiplayer? Because it stops one guy from doing everything. But, yeah, that definitely sucks for my current purposes, because that means I have 4 minutes to drop these guys off, then come back, get the next group, and then go back again. Yeah, I totally agree, Summer, and I think it's interesting too because you're seeing more and more people agreeing with that mentality as well. Whereas like in the past it was always, oh, it'll get there when it gets there. And lately, oh no. Sorry. Lately it seems like opinions kind of shifting more towards like, they need to start adding in actual content to the game. Especially when, you know, they're taking this long and like nothing's really like they are making quality of life improvements and stuff like that, but they're not making substantial progress. And at 10 years in, that's kind of it's kind of a big deal, you know? Like there's a lot to the game to still get made and deliver. And at basically the 10-year mark, that should be kind of a big deal. And I think it's finally getting to a point where like that's shifting towards the popular opinion versus before it was always, it takes as long as it takes. I don't care. It's gonna be a great game.
Bearcat, good spot.
You guys get the fuck out. Actually,
Operations. Alpha, time now.
5:30. So it's near there, I guess. All right. So let's hit 5:30 and then we'll go extract those dudes. Oh, I could have taken them to landing zone 4? Jesus Christ. Okay. That's super helpful. It's interesting that like some of these later maps have different objectives. Like, I've never seen the reconnaissance and spot enemy objective before. And then I've never seen a patrol extraction like this where it's 2 different groups and you have to pull them out one at a time. Alright, let's drop these 4 dudes off at 2. There won't be enough to actually, like, control it, I don't think, but it'll be enough to hopefully stop the enemy from taking it for a little while. Oh, too much.
Bearcat, packs, unload completed LC.
Oh, God damn it. I have one more. Too soon. Get out there. Alright, I need to find that group at 5:30. Still 5:30? Yep. "25 seconds. No. I don't think we're gonna make it. Oh, shit. Is that 4 dudes? Does that count? Yes. Nice. With seconds to spare. Now I only have 1 minute to get these guys. Fuck. Yeah, it's interesting because, like, oh shit, one sec. Alright, fuckos, let's go. Like, you asked me to play games like, can I not carry anymore? No. No. No, we can't leave him behind. Fuck. It'll only let me take 4? Oh, shit. Well, rip that objective. It's interesting because, like, I would be that dude down there in Iraq, right? Like, I did a lot of, like, recon shit where, like, Black Hawk dudes would put us in and then come back and get us, like, a day or 2 later. And then when you look at, like, games, I want nothing to do with that kind of shit. Like, I never want to play infantry games. But I love flying shit. God damn it. Well, guess fuck that objective. We failed one. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, and they've said from the get-go, right, that Star Citizen was going to be, what do you call it? A living release or whatever, right? Where they were going to keep finishing features and working on shit after, oh god, now it's not even going to let me drop them off. Nice. Oh shit, and there's a fucking transfer cargo out? That's cool. I like this. This is dope that, the objectives are different on this one. You guys bunch up for a minute. So, I mean, like, it's fine to expect some features to come post-launch, right? It's just that, like, they aren't even close to that kind of progress, right? To where, like, they can be like, okay, we're getting a base game out, and then going from there. They're just so far behind on everything. It's crazy. I have played War Thunder. I used to play War Thunder a shit ton back in the day. I don't really like the helicopters in War Thunder for a couple reasons. Like, majoritively, it's that I want to just play helicopters. I should be able to just play helicopters. Same way, like, if I want to just play naval, I can jump right into naval forces, right? I don't have to have a tier 5 of this or a tier 5 of that in order to fucking start playing the naval game. I feel like helicopters should be the same thing. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely hold on. It's definitely very arcadey, Sly. Like no questions asked. It's a very arcade game. But I mean, I feel like that was fine. The Arma shit, my issue with it is it's really hard to have a reliable server that's doing like combined arms shit and then be able to get a free helicopter because so many people want to fucking, you know, be doing troop insertions and shit like that. I can't cargo load in this. This thing has some serious limitations. Alright, let's go switch this thing back out.
Wheels up. Time.
Alright.
Now.
Where's it wanted at 5? To fucking Firebase 5. Yep. Yeah, it's a bummer. Like, this game is potentially really fun, especially when you have like good groups. Like, yesterday I was playing around, kind of just screwing off, and through the course of it, I ran into a couple people who like were doing shit right, like playing their helicopters roles and everything like that, and we ended up like friend listing each other, and then like creating lobbies, preformed essentially, and it makes doing this shit so much more enjoyable because like you have people that are like cohesively, you know, troop transports are transporting, refilling bases, or they're extracting dudes. The gunships are actually providing support for them while doing that. Recon guys are spotting shit and calling artillery. It makes it so much smoother, and as a result, you can do like more complex lobbies. So like, you can't see it unfortunately, which sucks. I don't think I can show you on that screen either. Oh, let me check after I drop this. Alright, yeah, it doesn't show individual objectives outside of like the hash marks and stuff that would be on the map. But like currently there's only 2 objectives for me. Zone 2, okay. But you can get like way more going.
Taking fire.
This is gonna be a shit show with this model. Right there, please. Or one of them pops out a fucking RPG. So like you can get these games being really fucking hectic and, I mean, in my opinion, a lot of fun. Fuck. Please kill the man-pad. Fire, motherfucker! What are you doing? Alright, I should be able to pick up the whole group, I think. I didn't realize it at the time that I think the problem I was having with picking up that first group is that the Black Hawk DAP doesn't have the seating for it. So let's see if we can go grab this other group really quick. Hoping yes. Yep, that's what it was. Oof, I need to clear 6. It's really a big pain in the ass to have to fly all the way around that thing. Fuck. Don't hit me right now, you little shit. But yeah, I mean, for like an arcade helicopter screw around type game, I feel like Heliborne is really interesting in that aspect. And I like that it's more focused on helicopter shit, right? Like, as far as I'm aware, helicopters in War Thunder don't have anything beyond just nuking tanks and fucking shooting other helicopters, right? Unless I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much all they do. Whereas in this game, there's multiple different types of helicopters, right? In terms of like transport, gunships, recon, etc., right? And they all have shit to do, which is something that I liked about this game when it first came out in 2017. Unfortunately, though, the developers never really got traction with it, which I think was... I think the problem with it, why this game never took off, is because they went with the pay-to-play model, right? I think it was like a $20 game, $25 game, something like that. I don't remember what exactly it was, right? But as a result, like, you know, you're competing against World of Tanks, World of Warships, World of Planes, all those other games, right? And they're all free to play. And so they're going to attract more people than a game that charges you to get into it. I think there are benefits to pay to play, right? Like, I mean, first and foremost, it makes managing cheaters 1,000 times easier, but it also limits your audience.
Air assault complete in the vicinity of LZ.
Alright, sorry about that. I had a phone call. I play a bunch of different shit, honestly. It's really all over the place. Everything from like sci-fi stuff like Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous, Stellaris, different genres from Sims like DCS all the way down to MMOs like WoW, Elder Scrolls Online, all sorts of shit really. Would I recommend buying this game? Oh man, like I want to say yes just for like supporting the studio and wanting to see this game have a healthy player base again, but at the same time, I do think the price is a little bit more than what it's worth. It is free to play right now for the weekend, so you could definitely check it out and like make a much better judgment call on if it's worth your money or not than me saying like, yeah, I think it's worth it, if that makes sense. And again, like if I were to recommend it, it would mostly be out of wanting the game to have the funding to keep going and to get better. Like I think the game has a lot of potential, but I also think it has a lot of issues that need improving. They are completely like overhauling it and putting it into a new version of Unity. They're redoing the matchmaking system. They're redoing graphical stuff. They're redoing a lot of shit. And it sounds like the company that bought the original dev studio does want to put the time and money into making it better, but it's pretty early to see on that right now.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
I mean, if it's not expensive, I would say yes. I don't know what it is right now. I think it is on sale also. I don't know what the sale price is. If you could get it for the sale price, especially if it's more than like 60%, I would say then yeah, it's probably worth it if you enjoy like an arcade helicopter experience, and like a bunch of different type of helicopters, right? Like obviously I'm just doing transport shit right now, but the game does have a pretty wide range of different types of helicopters. They are currently only US and Soviet bloc. However, the new publishers that bought the game are kicking around like wanting to do EU helicopters as well. But again, that's one of those things like we'll have to see what happens with it. Oh, there it is. Silly me. Fuck me. God damn it. I should have known better.
Packs unload complete. Bearcat. Packs unload complete.
Come. Get some people on the ground.
Taking fire. Taking heavy contact.
Hey, crew chief, you want to fucking get firing or what? Like, they're there. Why are they not firing? I mean, they're visually there, but I don't have them anywhere on my, like, what do you call it? Weapons. To say, like, oh, you have gunners. Can't tell. Oh, there he is. It's like I can see tracers, but I can't see where they're coming from. And then we have one here. Have yourself a great fucking Christmas. Yeah, exactly, Yeti. Like, I feel like it was a really good game in its early years. It had a lot of potential. they made some design choices that I don't personally agree with, but in the end, the issue was funding, right? Like they just didn't have it. So they ended up they ended up selling to a publisher. Oh shit. They ended up selling to a publisher, which, you know, I don't know if it's a bad thing or not yet. Like, it seems like the publisher does genuinely want to improve the game and make it better, so I don't want to be, like, shitting on it too much yet. Because, I mean, they have shit that the original devs didn't have, which was money, right? And they have rehired, I think, a couple people from the original dev team. So, I mean, the original vision hopefully is going to be maintained and, you know, built upon. And, you know, right off the bat, they are putting the money to use by funding getting it into a more current version of Unity and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm hopeful that the game will get better, but we'll have to see what happens. It's definitely more like Ace Combat or Battlefield than Arma. It's not that high of a simulation yet. One of the things that the publisher said they wanted to do was get a more sim model in for co-op and single player, so that like you can do more sim flight. But the PvP, they said, will always be with the arcade flight model. There are things about War Thunder that I like, and then things about War Thunder that I don't particularly like. It's kind of a mixed bag for me. I don't think that War Thunder by itself is bad, but, you know, the issue I have with games that have tiered matchmaking is that you're inevitably going to be the guy on the bottom of the totem pole, right? And depending on how much the power creep is between tiers, that can feel like a really shitty game. And who wants to play that, right? Where like they're the bottom bitch. You know, like if I'm playing a competitive game, I want it to be on equal footing. And that's one of the things that War Thunder and, you know, not just War Thunder, World of Warships, World of Tanks, World of Warplanes, whatever. All of them have that problem where like you can be the little underdog bitch just getting stomped by somebody that's just statistically better because of the equipment that they're using. 470. Yep. 590. Okay, so he's going for that one. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure he's just on a Black Hawk, but alright. 470. Oof, man. I'm not disagreeing with you when you say that, right? I think that Star Citizen does need a publisher, which is hilarious because, well, hilarious and ironic because it's like the big selling point for all the fanboys to be like, yeah, no fucking publishers. But it's literally like the thing Star Citizen needs most because Chris can't be at the top of the pyramid, right? He needs to have somebody under him. It's fine if you want to be like, oh, he's a creative visionary. He wants all these things, which I don't really fully agree with that either, but for the sake of the argument, let's say, fine. Chris is a visionary. Nobody else thinks of these ideas that he comes up with. The problem is he can't control himself, and when there's nobody to tell him, like, hey, this is a deadline, you need to figure out how you can make this happen by this deadline. If it's not realistic to achieve, then what can be pulled down and set aside for later? Let's focus on getting, you know, a coherent product out, blah, blah, blah. Like, Chris needs a publisher. That's all there is to it. The dude needs a publisher so fucking bad. But it's like the rallying cry for backers on like Star Citizen is, yeah, it's gonna be great because there's no publisher. And here we are 10 years in and they're not even a quarter of the way done. Damn, I couldn't even see them. So, I don't know, man. Like, I have no doubt that we'll never see Star Citizen as Chris Roberts promised it. But I think, like, someday we might hopefully get a game that is hopefully functional, servers work, and, you know, there's enough core gameplay loop there to enjoy. But definitely not what Chris has been promising people and taking money for. And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, Chris needs to go." He's never gonna go. That will never happen. No outside company is going to buy him out because Star Citizen's basically worldwide famous now, in terms of like the gaming, you know, community and industry and whatever, as just being a mess. So nobody's gonna want to buy into that. And then there's no way you can kick Chris off of the project, right? Like he's the majority stakeholder. He's the fucking founding CEO. Like it's never gonna happen. So people who think that like you can oust Chris, that will never happen. So for better or worse, this is what CIG and Star Citizen has. Hey Root, how's it going, man? So, I mean, I would love to have somebody have say over Chris, but I just don't think that will ever occur. Like, I have no idea how he got that Calder dude to invest, you know, a 10% stake or whatever it's at now that they've taken additional funds. I don't even know if it's still like 10, 15, whatever. I have no idea how they got some guy to do that. But nobody in the industry is going to do it. Like, that guy, you know, he's a billionaire from outside of gaming industry reasons. And he really did not choose well with his first let's invest in video games project.
Bearcat to operations. Alpha, time now.
Right, airborne from landing zone 5. We can do that. And it's still just the one guy. It's weird that, like, the fucking nightmare Afghanistan map that's just literally all mountains and fucking terrible to fly, I can get a full game in, but this one where it's, like, flat and generally pleasant and has some, like, interesting objectives outside of the normal ones, like, I can only get one other guy. Like, what the fuck? Alright, going from 5 to 3. Let's meet them up ahead, hopefully. I mean, I would agree with that, like,
Bearcat taking fire.
there's definitely a part of me that kind of, like, I don't want to say wants them to fail, but I'm not really, like, man, it's so hard to explain this, but, like, God, I don't even know how to say it without sounding terrible. That, like, some fanboy will clip this and be like, see, failure wants it to fail. But, like, I kind of want karma to happen to the fucking studio and to the, like, cultist level fanboys, right? Like, I'm torn between wanting that karma and also wanting, not only for myself, but for, you know, the thousands of people that back the project, for the game to, like, be good and for people to get what they fucking paid for, right? I feel like I'm constantly struggling between those two sides. Like, I do feel like CIG deserves to get knocked down a peg, and so do the fucking cultists that just have so much fucking toxicity. But yeah, I don't know, man. Find and rescue downed helicopter crew. I'm assuming he's got them, so... He's in 430.
Bearcat taking fire.
Distance is 17. I really hope he's got it marked with a flare, otherwise I'm never gonna fucking find this dude. Okay, well, that's pretty obvious. Alright, we're good. Yeah, I can see Twitch chat. I don't know if you're gonna see that. Honestly, like, I'm amazed that that happened with Naughty Dog too. But I don't think you'll see it with Star Citizen just because of the fact that like most of the developers on Star Citizen are not like big industry veterans. It's their first job. They're just layered to death with non-disclosure agreements, and narking on CIG would essentially ruin any chance of them getting a career outside of Star Citizen.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
Alright, we got the man pad. That's what I really care about. Alright, and then he's going to 4. I mean, like, there have been devs that, like, I've had the chance to talk with after they leave the studio, but it's all shit that they're like, you cannot say my name. You cannot say specifics that are gonna fucking very obviously point to who I am. And, like, for the most part, like, it's all shit that they're like, look, I'll tell you what's going on with the project and, like, at CIG and whatever, but you can't talk about it in videos or anything because it'll come back to me. So unfortunately, like, I don't think we're going to see a dev that's like, yeah, fuck it, man, I'll jump on the fucking sword and sacrifice myself for the good of Star Citizen. Because most of them are like, you know, I really believed in the project. I thought we were doing something really great, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, like, we're going our separate ways and I just don't care anymore. Yeah, I would like to see, you know, more games kind of like Star Citizen that are interested in pushing the boundary, but the problem is, like, I just don't think Chris Roberts is the guy to do it. Like, he hasn't made a successful video game in what, two fucking decades now? Oh, hello. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in Chris Roberts, like, being the man to show up to fucking games. Ooh. Hey, now. 340. Alright, I'll get those ones. You get that. You know, it would be one thing if it was somebody who has been current in gaming and, you know, like, understood what they were getting into on a technical hurdle level, but I really don't think Chris did. And I think that's a big part of, like, why Star Citizen's kind of a fucking... Fuck. Where the fuck was he? Oh, dude, we have nothing left. Oh, I can't pick up this many dudes anyways. Here's the man pad. Fuck you. 4:30. I can do that. I have 4 guys. I'm almost dead, but... No, 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 no! Damn it. Yeah, it shouldn't be potato quality, but I really can't say, man. Is that 50 cal? Yeah, it's 50 and rockets. Oh, nice. Yeah, like the ship sales is so fucking frustrating. Like, I don't know why it's so much to ask for, you know, them selling ships. Like, I'm not even saying they can't sell ships, right? But sell ships and be like respectful of like your community and backers in the process, right? I don't know why those two things have to be mutually exclusive to CIG. And I mean, I felt like it was a fair system when they were first starting out, right? Like the early years through 2014, you know, between like, if we drastically change a fucking concept and you don't enjoy it anymore, it's not a big deal because you can just melt and buy the next one that is interesting to you. We didn't have Warbond bullshittery. There wasn't exclusive shit being packed into Warbonds. I don't know, just in general, right? Like, it just felt like so much more like pro the backer atmosphere. And then it's gone fucking downhill, dude. Like, I would challenge anybody to say that it hasn't. Any fanboy who says that CIG aren't getting more shady with their marketing practices is fucking delusional. From what? I didn't see a fucking launch.
Bearcat to operations. Alpha, time now.
Ah, the one chief advantage of the fucking Kiowa.
Banshee on spot.
I don't know how I feel about that. That should have been one rocket and done. Yeah, right. For sure, love. Man, I would love to say that I agree on Elite Dangerous, but I just don't see any like real quality improvement or content, I guess, especially content, right? Like, I feel like if I were to log in right now, or even if I waited until carriers dropped, I'm basically still playing the exact same thing I was playing 2 years ago. And that's my issue with Elite Dangerous. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's a priority for Frontier, which to me makes sense, right? Like, Frontier isn't focused solely on Elite Dangerous like Hello Games is with No Man's Sky, or CIG is with Star Citizen, right? Like, they're all focused on their specific game, whereas Frontier is, you know, they're doing Coaster Tycoon, Zoo Tycoon, fucking Jurassic World, and any other new IPs that they have in the works that they haven't mentioned yet. Elite Dangerous is basically a side project for them at this point. Man, I love fucking playing the Kiowa in this game, but you just fucking... It's so hard to do it unless you have a full lobby. I need this one.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
Yeah, that's my problem with Star Citizen, is it just feels fucking super empty, right? In terms of like the atmosphere as well as like the gameplay. Like I kind of talked about it in the last video I did, where like we met up with some random people and went off and like had fun, right? But like if I were to get on Star Citizen again, I would basically be having the exact same experience again. Like, hey guys, let's get a hammerhead out and goof around in a hammerhead. And it's like, okay, I mean, it's cool, but like we just did that. There's nothing else really to do, you know? I feel like you can't enjoy Star Citizen sober. Like you have to be drunk. Otherwise, like, there's just not enough to do. And then when there are things to do, like let's say mining or running cargo or doing FedEx deliveries or whatever the case may be, right? Like the servers just don't cooperate, and it's so frustrating because like the few gameplay loops that are there that should be something that you can do multiple times and for like extended time periods, the servers just don't support it. Did you not get all of them? God damn it, dude. I was fucking flying away because I thought you had it. Fuck, man. Killing me. Ugh, one sec. Phone check. Ugh. Don't crash. All right. Phew. Right, exactly. Like there's just, and even just doing that, right? Like let's say the server population wasn't the problem, right? That like you're putting half the fucking server in it. The other issues is like people crash so frequently that like it's so hard to keep that thing full, and like coming back into the ship, a lot of times there are issues where people are bugged out when they get back in. Just all sorts of shit like that, right? It's kind of a major issue. 520. Oof, way north. There's just so many problems with the core game. Neglecting the fact that like there's just no gameplay loops. Just the core game having so many issues really ruins it, even if it was functioning. Oh boy, this is gonna be rough.
Saber to operations. Output. Time now.
Oh no. And there's vehicles. Keep firing, assholes. Shoot! Oh man, those fucking trucks, dude. Come on, get down. Jesus Christ, Blackhawk. I don't know, like, where the developers were getting shit telling them that fucking Blackhawks are this fucking slow to land. Holy shit. Take a fucking helicopter that'll make you fucking feel like your stomach is in your fucking feet at like the drop of a fucking hat. But it can't fucking descend more than fucking 1 foot every fucking 10 seconds.
Threat system active.
Please don't fucking get me right now. Alright, we gotta go to LZ4. Dude, what are you doing in a fucking... Whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's the decision from Chris Roberts that's going to basically haunt Star Citizen forever, unless they finally bite the bullet and do an engine change. CryEngine was a fucking terrible choice, and it's, you know, that's not going away anytime soon.
Wheels up. Time. Now.
Oh, thank God, somebody else finally. As we have 10 objectives to go, of course. Extract 1 soldier from an ambush. Holy shit, poor guy. They're all dead. It's only me. CryEngine looks good for sure. And I'm sure that was a big part of why Chris chose CryEngine. He was like, yeah, my space game is going to look like Crysis. It's going to be so good. People are going to be like, whoa. But, you know, unfortunately, maybe Chris missed the memo since he hadn't made a video game in, what, 15, 20 years? But most people prioritize gameplay over graphics, you know, these days. Dude, please just fucking down. Down. Why is that so hard? All I want you to do is go down. Fuck game. God damn.
Saber, lack on ammunition.
TH-46 is a interesting choice for this map. Nailed it. Alright. Dude, this guy in the fucking Kyla, man. Like, they're fucking trucks. You should be able to fucking machine gun them. I really should have repaired before doing this one. I'm sure this is gonna have SAMs.
Threat system active.
Dude, if you want to grab them, grab them. I'm fine with that. What is this guy doing? Good lord. Alright, LZ4, no problem. Oh my god, the timer ran out. Holy shit. I don't think I've ever had it where the timer fucking ticked out instead of the objectives. Holy fuck. Excellent, comrade. Ugh, only 300. Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't even know if that's enough to fucking... It's not. It's not even remotely enough to finish off the Kiowa. Holy shit. God damn it, man. Hmm. It's so weird that the DAP doesn't get the fucking door gunners. At least I've never seen them fucking fire because they're very clearly in there. Like visually, they're modeled. Weird. On that. Oh no, I would have to get the MD 500 first. All right. Fuck it. Such a weird choice for the end game helicopters too. Like you have the two Navy, and then you have the AH-6 and the MH-60 with the longbow. Like this is fine. Longbow obviously. The MH-60 is fine, even though this is a weird choice for this game to have the Navy variant. Or my bad. I think I said Navy for these two. Marines, rather. But then, like, the most current Chinook they have is a fucking... is a super old Vietnam Chinook when, like, it's the Army workhorse, really. Like, that should absolutely have had a track going into the modern CH-47. That's so weird. Oh, well. Can I research anything? Oh, I can get better door gunners. 2 miniguns? Yes, please. Maybe it won't just get wrecked as easily now. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and make some lunch really quick, since it's already 2 o'clock. I'll probably be back on here, played some more Heliborne tonight. So if anybody would like to join me, feel free. Heliborne is free to play for the weekend on Steam. See if I can pop the price out or not. Store page. No. Store page. Thank you. Yeah, it's $6.80. In my opinion, if you have $7 to spare, it's probably worth it. The game right now is kind of arcadey and has some issues, especially with like performance and graphics. However, they are doing a complete overhaul and porting it to a newer version of Unity. Hopefully, all that pans out. We'll have to see, but from the sounds of it, the new publishers have a lot of shit that they want to do with it. So I'm hoping that it happens because I think the game has a lot of potential. Where is it? Ugh. I guess we'll just have to see what happens with it. But it's a game I bought back in 2017, and I really wanted to see it get traction, and it just never did because the original studio was indie. and they didn't really have the money to market it. Unfortunately, it never grabbed a whole lot of player base. So personally, I'd like to see it do well, but time will tell. Anyways, with that, I hope you guys all have a great day. I will be back later tonight. I promise. I'm going to come back tonight. But yeah, I will be back later tonight playing some more Heliborne. If anybody checks it out and is interested in playing it, get a hold of me in Discord, and we can get some pre-mades going. Grinding out levels and hella choppers. We the individual. Hey man, how's it going? I appreciate it, man. It's unfortunate. Like, I would like to be more positive with Star Citizen. I'm not going to fluff the game for the sake of fluffing the game. Like, I'm all for praising the game when CIG does good things. And if they give me the ammunition to do so, I'll gladly praise it. But unfortunately, it's been more of them giving me the ammunition to poop on it. I hope that changes. Unfortunately, 2020 is looking like it's going to be a very, very stagnant year. We're not going to see a whole lot in the PU as CIG continues to try to focus on Squadron 42 and getting that fucking train wreck out the door. I hope it happens because I would love to have them focusing more on the PU again, where, you know, I think the vast majority of players are interested in them being focused on, but instead Chris wants to play story time. So here we are with Squadron 42 being his focus. Yay. So thanks for dropping by, man. I appreciate it. The support, it's definitely motivating. There are times when I'm like, I'm so fucking done with this community. I'm so fucking done with Star Citizen's community. And the few people being like, hey man, good job. Thanks for telling it the way it is and not sugarcoating it like some people do. It keeps me from at least basically saying fuck it to the entire community and just not doing anything with the game anymore. It definitely wears you down to the point where you're like, dude, I'm just so fucking sick of all the like shills who just sit there and try to find excuses around every accountability issue, performance problems, the state of the game, blah, blah, blah. The fanboys who refuse to hear anything negative about the game and try to sucker people into the game with, oh man, it's so great, blah, blah, blah. And they like sit there pitching shit that's not in the game, but like, you know, planned features, which we know how fast those get implemented. They use that as like, oh man, yeah, it's going to have this and this. And yeah, you should definitely buy in without like properly telling people like, hey, it's going to have this and maybe 5 years if we're lucky. I hate a lot of the community, a lot of the active vocal community, I guess I should say. I meet lots of good people playing the game, and, you know, I really enjoy when I can get into a game of Star Citizen on the PU and, like, say one word without having half the server be like, fucking failure, rah! Like, it's so much nicer when I can be like, oh, hey, yeah, this is how you work around this issue, and then somebody's like, oh, hey, failure, how's it going? Like, it's like, oh man, thanks for not being a cocksucker. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Prowler, man. I just, you know, I think it has some merit in terms of like being good for fighting. You know, if you look at it as like a super heavy fighter, and, you know, if dropship gameplay ever actually matters, obviously having a stealth dropship is a fucking good thing. I just can't support something that costs $440. I think it's $425 or $430, something like that, if you use Warbond. I just can't back that, man. There's no way. That's so much more money than that ship is worth. If that ship had been maybe $250 to maybe $275, I could see being like, yeah, this ship has a lot of great potential to grow with the game, blah, blah, blah. Definitely get it. But 400 onward is just insane. It's stupid. I don't care how good the ship looks. I don't care how interesting the interior is. I think the cockpit is fucking amazing, but there's no way I will ever recommend somebody buying that ship at that much money. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna go make food, force children to take a bath, and I'll probably be back in, let's see, it's 2 o'clock my time, so I'll be back around maybe 6:30 my time, so let's say 4 hours, 4.5 hours, something around there. For anybody who wants to check out Heliborne, please do. I think this game deserves way more love than it's gotten. Again, this is not a sponsored stream or anything like that. I've never talked to any of the devs outside of in-game many years ago. I'm not being paid or any kind of kickbacks to promote this game. It's just a game I genuinely would like to see do well and get more of a player base than what it has, because then it meets more people for me to play with. So if you're interested in Heliborne, check it out. It's free throughout the weekend. Costs $7, and in my opinion, probably worth it if you're into these kind of games like World of Tanks, stuff like that. But helicopter based. The controls, I think they do support HOTAS, which is really nice. You don't really need it, but I could see it being beneficial with some of the attack helicopters that have the turrets on the front that can swivel out away from like your direction of travel. Those are very frustrating to use with mouse and keyboard, in my opinion. But yeah, food time. Thank you all so much for watching. You all stay safe, and I will see you later tonight or next time.